Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Unity of Chicago South. I'm Reverend R. Ken, and today is Virtual Book Club Day. Virtual Book Club Day. I welcome you guys into Virtual Book Club Day, right? Okay, and let's get you guys set up here. Now, according to our system, you are able to chat using either Facebook or YouTube. You can submit your comments, and we're supposed to be able to aggregate them from those two sources. We are on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitter, and our website. Those are all the places that we are supposedly on right now. And I see that the website is up. Sometimes it's a little crazy, but it looks like it's on. So we're going to just assume that it's on there. You know what Virtual Book Club is. This is where we discuss a book that was suggested on the last the third Sunday of August, or either sometimes between the third and the fourth Sunday in August, or even before the third Sunday. In this case, the material that we are addressing today is the enhanced 7-day mental diet. And we're going to get into that a bit later in a few. Now, you'll notice that I have on my reading glasses this morning because I have comments that have been submitted through email and through text, and I will read them as I address them with you. So I have to have my little cheaters on to help me clearly see all of the information that I'm going to share with you today. I want to say to you that are joining me today, that are joining Unity of Chicago South, the spiritual community, the number one live streaming online spiritual community here in Chicago. I want to say that those of you that may have been able to get out to see Reverend Stephanie yesterday at her book signing out of Barbara's books, I know she appreciated it very much. I know we wanted to get out there, but we had some issues, some family matters that we had to deal with, some serious matters. So we weren't able to enjoy her presence and her energy in the book signing, but I'm sure that it went well. And if you did not get out there last yesterday, then I encourage you to come back here next Sunday, the fourth Sunday of the month, when we have Divine Feminine, and we feature the dynamic Reverend Dr. Stephanie and the cosmic Reverend Bonnie, just giving us some practical approaches and some cosmic energy and guidance as they do what they do. So I'm looking forward to it, as I do each month when they bring what they have to bring to the table. I'm going to share with you today a couple of things, and one of them is how you can share what we do with other people without really getting involved. Just give them a phone number, tell them to text the word principles in, and they can get the lowdown on what we do and why we do it. And a little bit of that's going to be dealt with today. So without a whole lot of, as they say, further ado, thank you to all the ministers that participate. As I mentioned, Reverend Dr. Stephanie, Reverend Bonnie, and Reverend Bob Yarborough, as we continue to insert his wonderful introductions to each principle, from time to time. So I want to give thanks to all, and all of you that are here today. I want to thank you and remind you that there is an infinite source available to everyone. It's there for each who seek it, no matter their race, their gender, or their religion. Believe what you may, but you should know that the principle holding the stars in the sky is the same principle available to each and every one of us. As I speak now in the first person, I am speaking for all. And I say, Father, Mother, God, I am grateful. I am grateful. This is my truth. This is my declaration. And so it is. Okay, let's get to some of this good stuff that we have. I want to read from you the segment from the 7 day diet, and then I want to get into a little bit of why we do this virtual book club and what it's all about, and hopefully that'll help some folks understand what our work is here at Unity of Chicago South, the number one online New Thought spiritual community streaming from Chicago. He says this, Emmett Fox, the author of the regular 7 day mental diet. And of course, we had the enhanced 7 day mental diet. We're going to talk about how that enhancement works. But he says here, the diet I am asking you to go on is a diet of thoughts, pictures, and images. A diet that will change your environment just by changing the thoughts you allow in your mind. We know you cannot be happy and you cannot be healthy. You cannot be prosperous if you are in a bad mood. You can, however, be depressed, be a victim, or feel hurt when you are in a bad mood. I want to just stop there again. I don't want to read the whole thing. So it's about creating a mood that will allow you to be prosperous, happy, and healthy. And why I wanted to read that segment, please don't take this the wrong way. But there are so many people that say they want a better life. There's so many people that say they want more of the good in their lives. There's so many people that just feel lost and depressed and separate. But when given an opportunity to make a change or to make an adjustment, what do? Some of them do very little at all. Very little at all. And the thing is, you cannot change unless you change. So you can't institute change in your life unless you're willing to make a change in your life. Now, what we have done with the virtual book club is worked hard to provide you with material that is not strenuous material that can assist you and support you in changing your life if that's what you chose, if that's what you so choose to do. Now, we don't claim that we have the only way to do it, but we do claim that the materials that we use have been proven to help those that want to change. So with that said, this last material that we shared, the 7-day mental diet, the read is so short, and it's 7 days, it's 1 week. If in fact you want to change your life, you might look at, hey, how effective can I be in 7 days? Can I just take 7 days and see how effective I can be in changing my life and at least redirecting my life, taking it into a different, with a different focus? I'm just saying. So we're committed to the work that we do. We're committed to sharing with you ways to live a happier, healthy, prosperous, as UFBL says, life. But we don't do it just for you. Understand that. Some people say, you just want us to do this. No. Each time that we practice, each time we read, each time we go through the different exercises, we improve our lives. So we know that it works. Are you willing to work it? Because it does work. And so with the 7 days, I just ask yourself, I don't care if you're watching this live on Sunday, September the 17th, or you caught it on YouTube later on, just ask yourself, if you're not willing to try to change your life by putting in 7 days of effort, do you really want to change? That's my answer, my question. Do you really want to change? Because you don't need to talk about it. If you don't want to change, it's okay. Trust me. It's okay if you want to live the way you're living. That's fine. But if you say you want to change and you believe that you don't have to do the work, then I just want to say that you're sadly mistaken. You're sadly mistaken. There's work to deal with on the change situation. And the work is only you can do the work. Okay? Only you can do the work. So with that said, let's kind of get into what we got going here, right? I'm Reverend R. Ken. This is Unity of Chicago South. Maybe I should identify myself. I think we have something that will allow me to identify myself. Let me see if that's the case. There you go. So it's Reverend R. Ken. This is Unity of Chicago South again. We are an online spiritual community and very happy to be an online spiritual community without a doubt. We'll say that. Now, I told you that I would provide you with some information that would allow you to share what we do with other people if you so choose, and even yourself if you like to say, I just caught you and I'd like to know more about what you guys do. Can you tell me? And I say, that's how you can find out right there. Text the word principles to 844-926-5686. And that will open a dialogue. And you will receive messages over a period of 9 to 10 days of information about Unity of Chicago South, information about New Thought, information about metaphysics, information about Unity itself. So I suggest that you take advantage of that, and we're going to leave that up for a large portion of today. Now, I first want to deal with my experience. As I said, we actually go through these programs. This is not something like, okay, you do it, and I'm the minister and I won't do it. Heck, no, man. Look, we all need to get some help. You know what I'm saying? We all need to get some help from time to time. I tell one of my colleagues, Reverend Bobby, a lot, I need to get fed. You know what I'm saying? You have to have some spiritual food so you can share with others. So going through these programs, and that we share with you, that's one way that we can get fed. And then there are other things that we do too. But that being said, I want to share with you my calendar. Okay, I want to show you this. Let's see. Can you see it? Let's switch the camera. So there you go. So you can really see it. So here's my camera. You can't see the words and all. I'm going to read them to you, but this is actually, I folded it up and I carried it around with me. I didn't always use it right on the moment, but I had it with me. And I started on, let's see, the 29th of August, it looks like, 2023. It's on a Tuesday. That was my day one. On day two, Wednesday, the second day, okay, the second day, let's see, huge challenges, mantras help, God is my source, peace be still. So on day two, I found out that I needed something that I could say when these negative thoughts came. I didn't need a whole list of things to say. I didn't need affirmation. I just needed something to remind me of my purpose on this. And so my two things was, God is my source, peace be still. Day three, which was that Thursday, it says, ID the unwanted thoughts and responding faster. So there's some progress being made here. Again, this is my program, my 7-day mental diet, enhanced. Okay. And this is what makes it enhanced. The calendar is what makes it enhanced. This is what we added to Emmett Fox's tried and true 7-day mental diet. Just this calendar. And we found that it really, really works. Again, so the second day, I see the thoughts coming. I can identify them much quicker, and I can respond with God is my source. Peace be still. The next day, unwanted thoughts still coming at me, meeting them with positive energy and self-talk. Okay? So I'm recording either at the end of the day or at some point during the day what is going on. And this helps. And we'll get into that because a couple of people asked about that. and we'll talk about it. And then I get to Saturday, not a bad day, because I needed to give myself some encouragement. This thing's worked out pretty good today, you know? And then on Sunday, it says, negativity is slowing down. So it's still coming during this whole process, this whole 7 days. It hasn't stopped, but I realize it's slowing down. The effort that I'm putting in is paying off. And then that Monday, feel like I am in a groove, moving past the negativity when it occurs. Program works. Program works. So the calendar makes this the enhanced 7-day diet. That's what makes it the enhanced 7-day diet. Let's see. We got papers here. Not used to having so many papers. Okay. Let's go with some of the comments that we have received either by text or by email of people that tried it. Some of them, it worked for them. Some of them, it didn't. Okay. Here we go. I found the mental diet to be very challenging, even though it was for only 7 days. The main issue for me was remembering to check each thought. Remembering to check each thought. Can you dig that? You have to check each thought. That's some hard work, right? Every thought that comes in that's negative, you have to address it some way with the positive. Again, mantras help. They help me. But something you have to give it. You don't fight it, but you give it something, right? You find something to give it. Thus, let me pull it up again. The calendar helps. The enhanced part of this helps because you can write down what you're feeling. You can allow it to come out of you and not try to keep it inside of you. You can say, hey, it's really hard. I don't know if I'm gonna make it, whatever it is, but you write it down and then the next day you say, wow, I'm doing a little better than I thought I was doing the day before. So the challenging is not going to change. It doesn't matter how many times you go through the program, and somebody asked about that too. It doesn't change. It's still going to be a challenge. It's just how do you address the challenge? And I say definitely use the calendar with the notes on it. Hey, today I had a crazy thought. I know that it's not real, but it was a crazy thought. And you write it down and you release it. You don't hold on to it trying to, okay, I can't have that thought again. You're there, let me release it. Okay, let's go to another one. Still working the program and have printed the, this is a real good one. Still working the program and have printed the calendar several times. Because what M. Fox says is that, look, you have to go through it 7 days straight. And if you break and you have one of those days where you just can't get over the negativity, you start again. So this person understands the calendar. Says, I printed the calendar several times. I am determined to complete it because of the benefits, even with me having to repeat more than once. The focus is on mental change. Understand that. It's nothing out here that will change for you. Just don't expect anything out here to change. It's you that is changing. You see, for once in our lives, we're totally focused on us and our responsibility for creating the type of life we want. And we're committed to 7 days of mentally focusing on what we want, not what we don't want. And when that which we don't want comes into our lives, we say, hey, I see that you're here, but I've got something for you. Peace, be still. I'm not fighting you. It's not going to be a fight. I'm just going to address you. I'm going to put something positive in that place. God is my source. Joy is my source. Give me the serenity. Whatever it is, the Lord, whatever it is, Mama said, don't think that way. Whatever it is, whatever you need to address it at that moment, again, don't make it long. I found out that for me, it works better when it's something short. Excuse me. When it's something short, I don't need to get into a long diatribe about every thought because I'm going to wear myself out. I can't handle that. But I can handle, you're thinking negative about that person driving in front of you? That person just cut in front of you? I can quickly say, blah, blah, blah. And I have moved my mind off of that incident that bothered me onto truth. God is my source. That's just the truth, though. Regardless of where I am in my life right now, no matter what I may or may not have, my source is still God. My source is still divine energy. My source is still invisible creative energy. My source, whatever you call it, that's my source. And so if I continue to focus on that being my source, I'm dealing with creating a pattern of thinking and accepting that statement as my truth and God as my source. It's a focus on mental change. Remember that. It's all about changing the mind. Changing the mind. Not anybody out there, but me, right? But me. Let's go. We've got another one. I don't know if we can get through all of these in the allotted time. I have some very big print. I have my glasses still, but I have this huge print that helps me. I was familiar with the Emmett Fox version and had used it in the past with some success. But the enhanced version with the calendar made a big difference. I hope others were able to experience the same success. Of course, we're very proud of the fact that our calendar, that our enhanced version helps someone. Understand that because you have gone through this 7-day diet, and 2 years ago, 3 years ago, when you first started Truth in Bible class, wherever it may have been, doesn't mean that you cannot use it again. Because our scenarios change. Challenges come in different shapes and sizes, different appearances, but truth still works. So if the program is a truth program, you can use it at any point in time under any conditions. So again, if you saw Unity of Chicago promoting the 7-day mental diet, you say, I know about that. My life is still in the toilet. That stuff doesn't work. I say to you again, once more, that maybe you want to try it with a new attitude because the truth works. The truth works, okay? You say, well, what's the truth you're talking about? If you continue feeding your mind, continue supporting your feelings with negativity, negativity will be an aspect in your life. No matter how much you pray, no matter how much you meditate, no matter how much you beg and plead, until we change our mind, until we change our feelings, until we change our mentality around life itself, our life in particular, we make it very difficult for change to occur permanently, right? And positively. So use it as a refresher. If you thought about it, but you've used it before, it never worked, or you used it and it's basic. That's basic stuff. I don't need that stuff. I'm on another level. Well, if you're having some pain and agony in your life, you're probably on the level of pain and agony, and some truth might help it. That's all I'm saying. It's Reverend Arcan. Again, if you want to know more about what we do, how we do it, more about us, open a dialogue. The information is right there on your screen. Text principles to that number, and you will open a dialogue. It's automatic. We will respond to you, and we do open it up even further where after this starts, if you want to talk to us, we can talk to you. It's a two-way street. Beautiful thing. Let's go to another one. I have not had success yet with the program. I kept working and addressing my thoughts, but they continue to be negative. I could use some assistance. Wow. Well, my response to this person was, when we write down the challenge of the day, it can help. So are you using the whole program? Are you using the enhanced aspect of the program? Because again, what happens with this is that we are engaging another sense, one of our five senses. We're engaging another sense when we actually write it down, because now it becomes visual for us. And then there's a mechanic aspect in writing it down. Okay, that's an aspect too. So these things are all kind of interrelated, supporting each other, and you don't have to know every detail, but it helps if you work every detail of it. So again, the materials available from my website, Unity of Chicago South, unityocs.org, and go to the downloads page, and it's right there. And I would say use the entire program. Don't, it's a week, it's 7 days. Don't try to shortcut, just day by day by day. Just go forth and hold on with this attitude that you want it to succeed in your life. And you're gonna keep going. Like this comment and the one prior to it. There is no magical formula, even though one of our materials, one of our readings earlier this year said the magic of the subconscious mind, I believe it was. No, there is no magical formula, but there is work that if it's done, it feels like magic after it's over. I want to take a moment also to let you, and let me do this here, to let you support what we do. They tell me, they say, Reverend, you don't let people support the ministry. You don't give them an opportunity to support the ministry. Well, we're doing what we can to change that. Now, can't run videos when we do this live like this because two of the services that we're using, two of the platforms require that we are live right now. They don't want video. So we don't, can't interject some of our videos asking for support. So we just give it to you right there. If you want to support us, that's how you can do it. Go right over to unityocs.org /support. And there are several ways that you can do that. Okay, we have a couple of more. It looks like we have about, 15 minutes left or so. So we're going to finish these up. Okay, this one, the print got a little smaller for me, it seems. Okay. Is there some kind of aftercare or follow-up so that I can keep this positive feeling? Success. Someone saying, hey, I want to keep it going. I want to continue to feel like this. Thank you so much for asking that question. Yes, I mentioned some of the material that's already up on our website that you can download. If you haven't worked a program, there are several other programs up there that you can try to work. Subconscious Magic is one of them. The Golden Key, which is also very, very short. And Feel Your Life with Unlimited Abundance, that's a little bit longer. But all of them address how can I, as an individual, myself, me, by myself, to myself, how can I work to change the life that I'm living to a life that I want? Totally want, totally want. It was, I was on a conference call uh, earlier this week or last week, obviously. This is Sunday. For us, that's the first day of the week, right? But I was on the call and the facilitator mentioned that people can change other people's mind. And he quoted a book, or no, he gave the title of a book that actually goes into how it has to be done, the methodology and so forth. Interesting stuff. One of the things that really grabbed hold of me was the fact that in order for you to change someone else's mind, you have to believe that their mind can be changed. You can't go in there to change someone's mind and not believe that it can be done. Well, that certainly speaks to the enhanced 7-day mental diet, because you have to believe, no matter what has happened in your life, that it can change. And if you're holding on and saying nothing can change it, and you go into any program and you continue to say nothing can change it, it's just going to be this way. Nothing, it's going to always be this way. I'm just whatever you want to call yourself. I'm not even going to put that out there. You see what I'm saying? Because I've gone through the diet. So it's very hard for me to disparage other people at this point, even some of the political stuff that's going on. I didn't say I couldn't. I just said it's difficult. So I can't put that out there, even if you boo or boo. Wherever you are, it starts with, I can change. I can be different. I can be happy. I can be whatever you want to put in that blank. Don't because no, not because I can be. Once you accept the fact that it can change, you don't know how. You don't have to know how. It's not your business. But you say, I know it can change. So with that, why am I changing to be a better person right now? Why am I changing to be more loving? Why am I changing to be more prosperous? Why am I changing? Because, we believe in affirmations here, affirmations, F-O-R. And once you ask the question, and once you release your resistance to change, in other words, when I say, I know I can change. Well, that begins the release of the resistance to change. And once you do that, there are so many different programs out here that can help you, because now you say, I can do it. The 7-day diet, the golden key are 2 short ones, but you still have to do the work. No one can do it for you. We can have conversation. We can get into counseling. We can do all of that. And as Reverend Dr. Stephanie likes to say, you still have to do the work. She gives you practical application to the teachings. One thing does not change. We still have to do the work. Some have to do more than others, but we still have to do the work. Okay, here we go. We're down to the last few. Okay. Can I share the mental diet with others who may not watch Unity of Chicago South live stream? See, we have a couple of chats. I hope I can get to them. The answer to that is yes, and I'm going to do that right now. How do you share it with others? I talked about that a little bit, a few minutes ago, and that is we do that by what? By doing this, right? Text principle, right? There you go. That's how you share it. That's how you share it. That's how you share it. I want to say hi to Miss Patricia. I want to say hi to ARK and the rest of it, 28. Looks a little, no, that's Hispanic. Okay. I mean, that's Spanish. Excuse me. I didn't mean to say it was, that's Spanish. So I hope you're getting something and, that is translating or however. But can I share? Yes, you can. There it is. That's how you share it with other people. You don't have to get into long conversations. Hey, if you want to change your life, you could text principles to this number, and this is what we believe. That's what we teach. This is what we work on. This is what I'm involved in. This is how I'm changing my life. Whatever, you're done with it. And if they want to go further, they can. And we have it set up so people can go further. Now, what else was said here? Yeah, do that, but also share our stream that we stream every Sunday on Facebook, YouTube, our website, several Facebook channels every Sunday. Those are every Sunday. And then, of course, on the third and the fifth Sunday, we add in LinkedIn and Twitch, excuse me. No Twitter. There's no such thing as Twitter anymore, right? So it says, hey, use this and also give the details to our live stream. And if you haven't texted yourself to this number, you might want to try it. Okay, so use it yourself and experience it, and then say, hey, I texted texted principals to this number 844-926-5686, and I'm getting more information, stuff that Reverend R. Ken doesn't even share. He hasn't talked about. I'm really understanding this stuff even better. Okay, we have a couple of more, but we're going to go with one more. We'll have about 8-9 minutes left, so we don't want to push it to the end. I appreciate the virtual book club idea, but I guess that I don't understand how it I don't understand how it helps y'all. I mean, what do y'all get out of it? Okay. I have to love that one. Well, I spoke to it a little bit earlier that we work the programs ourselves. We don't put it out there and say, you do it, we don't have to do it. We work it to make sure that we are refreshed in it. We work it. And so when we work it, we are going to get the benefits because we're working a truth principle. And so it must manifest in our lives, sometimes more than others. In other words, sometimes we get a little up, and sometimes we get a woof, a really whooshy up. We go whoosh all the way to the top. But the fact of the matter is, we get that first. That's number one. Okay. I used to tell, I used to tell my students that if you are in a class and the teacher doesn't get anything out of the book that they're teaching you, no matter how many times they've taught that book, then you probably want to leave that class, because if they're not getting anything, they don't have anything to give. Okay. You say, well, how can you say such a thing? Well, I experienced that once myself and realized that you always have to get something out of the lesson in order to share it with others. And our purpose, our focus, our mission are to help individuals live a higher and consciously, spiritually supported life. Our purpose, our focus, our mission. Let me say it a different way. The purpose, the focus, the mission of Unity of Chicago South, the #1 online New Thought spiritual community streaming from Chicago, is to help individuals live a higher and consciously, spiritually supported life. That's why we're here. That's why we're here. That was the goal at our inception when we were a brick and mortar institution. It has always been to provide programs to people across all areas, no matter their race, no matter their gender, and no matter their religion. So that's what we get out of it. I appreciate you asking, what do we get out of it? And I given an opportunity to let you know what our mission is. That's it. So, well, your mission is to help people. Then, yeah. Where we might differ, and I talked about this, I believe, a little bit last week in the talk, or a week before, not sure. But our major focus is to help the individual reach the potential, the level of living that they want to live, knowing that as they achieve their level of their desired level of living, of participating in this life, they now have the ability to share with others in any area that they may feel they want to be in, politically, socially, childcare, whatever it is. They bring a different energy because they are connected to their source and they know what that source is, whatever name they might call it. And so there's a certain level of peace that they can share, and that peace can radiate throughout the community. So while some institutions look at what can we do with our brick and mortar and how can we give people, I think that's the greatest. I just think it's great. Okay, I really do. Feeding folks, providing various types of programs. I think that's great. And whatever we can do online, providing programs, we will continue to develop and provide. But we know what our mission is. A minister once said uh, that this was Orthodox minister said, someone came to me and said, Minister, you should do couples ministry at your church. And he told them, God didn't tell me to do couples ministry. If you need couples ministry, you probably need to go to a different church. We're kind of there. We are, our edict is to be on this internet, be out to the whole universe and provide some truth and positivity to help people achieve full potential spiritually so they can give so much more of themselves. Okay? Wow. Well, every third Sunday of the month is virtual book club. The new book will be up in the next couple of days. The decision is still being made which way to go with the new book, the book for October. It will be up. We suggest strongly that you go over to the website, go over to unityocs.org/downloads and download the material. It is always free. We make it available through ebooks, through PDFs, so that people can have them and begin to change their lives. It is very close to time to go. Thank you, folks that have texted in. Thank you, folks that have emailed. And thank you so much, those of you that have joined us on the chat. We're going to keep going and keep growing. This is Reverend Arkan Turner saying thank you from the community of Unity of Chicago South. We appreciate you being here, and more than anything else, we appreciate you bringing your consciousness and your energy to this space. Until next time, namaste.